Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a StuG 3G Tier 5 German tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn, as it's south spawn of Widepark, and it's under the command of Fixing Stupid of REBRN. That's my account on the NA server. But I'm afraid this is another troll video. Yep, we have two in a row on this account now. In fact, I've been trolled more often on the NA account than I have been on the EU one, which is surprising. Well, you can see I've moved to this main street to get shots on the enemy, and just ahead of me there's a Hellcat. Now he's blocking my field of fire on the enemy, but I'm not going to do anything about that other than change my position so I can get shots. Okay, you can see the Hellcat just up ahead. Okay, I'm looking for any sign of the enemy as they poke round the corner. Nothing. There's an M4A1 over to the right on the railway embankment. And the Hetzer goes through the field of fire, and actually he helps me because he removes that mailbox and I can now see the tram just the other side of the bridge. Now the Hellcat is off to one side. He is sitting on that corner for the same reason I'm sitting on this corner. We both want to get shots on the enemy as they move in front of the bridge, and a couple of enemy tanks have turned up, a Hetzer and a T-78. From this position I can't shoot them. I tried a shot at that tram, see if it'll actually destroy the tram, and it did, and the Hellcat pulls out right in front of me. But do I shoot him? No, of course not, because he's on my team. It'd be against the rules. So I pull back to get a better angle so I can shoot at the enemy. You can see these bushes here. I'm going to sit behind these bushes and shoot at the enemy. Okay, you can see an 88 underneath one of the arches. The Hellcat moves up. Now I was looking in that direction. I do fire around in that direction at the enemy, and what happens? Well, I get shot from behind by an M8A1. I look behind myself, and yes, he's continuing to shoot me from behind. Well, shooting your teammates only makes you a troll, and it disqualifies you from getting any high caliber award. Yes, I'm afraid Wargaming did not take the team shooting out of the game as regards the high caliber. If you do shoot at your teammates, you will not get a high caliber award, and we've proven that time and time again in action in these replays. Okay, so I'm continuing to look at the enemy. I move forward. See if I can engage the enemy at closer. I can see our guys have moved out of the railway line. I can see the M8A1 is coming up behind me rapidly. Now it's at this point when I go through the arch I suddenly realise, oops, bit of a mistake there, because the T-78 with a 90mm gun was able to get around into me. I'm backing up. I fixed my dab-inch engine, and I'm thinking about moving from this position. I'm waiting just to see if that T-78 comes around the corner again. He doesn't. So instead I decide I'm going to pull away because there's a Cromwell over there, and he's made it into the enemy, into our lines. So I'm chasing after him to try and stop him from doing any more damage. There he is. I get a round in, 135 with my 75mm gun. It's capable of 135 alpha. The Cromwell takes another round, a low roll, but he's got behind those buildings at the back, and he's now a one shot. So I'm chasing after him in the sniper mode. Decide I'm going to go around the other side because I don't want to go directly towards him, because I think that's what he's expecting. So I'm going to go round the buildings this way. The M8A1 trolls up on the railway line now, watching as my teammates go after the enemy, and I take out the Cromwell with a single shot. Okay, P2640, which is a tier 4 Italian medium, over in the distance, but I couldn't see his full outline. Backed up a bit to get a better angle, and he gets taken out the game. So I decide to move towards the enemy territory. And it's at that point I suddenly realise, yeah, there's a number of enemy tanks on the railway line. We've got to try and stop those guys from moving south. We do have a force up there already. Looks like a Hellcat's leading the charge, and there he is, right ahead of me. 100% health. I knocked down the wall. Actually, he's not 100%, actually. He's 89, so he has taken a shot. I can't get a shot on him from here because the angle, there's a ridge line. And if I move up there right now, I will actually be seen by the enemy. But I have to if I'm going to get shots on these guys. And there's a T-28 there already, as well as a dead tank. It's a dead Striv M4257. I see the OI experimental, think that I can shoot over that railway wagon, hoping that he'll poke his nose out, fire around in just to see if I can see the front of his vehicle. Sometimes if you shoot in, you'll see that the vehicle is poking out. He's turned again. No shot. Okay, well, I'm going to have to move up a bit more. The T-28's trying to engage the Hellcat. I pull back, hoping the Hellcat's going to come around the corner, but the T-28 keeps coming in front of my field of fire. I don't want to shoot him, because of course that's against the rules. You don't shoot your teammates. I try and reposition. I've just taken a shot from the enemy Arty, the Fifi, who hit me for 165 hit points. Here comes the Hellcat. I put a round into him for 147, but he hits me in the tracks. And because I didn't move after that last shot, the enemy Arty actually hits me and takes me out of the game. But a split second later, he's taken out of the game by one of our teammates. In fact, actually, it's the P-43 Biz who gets him from a very long range away. So there's only one enemy left, the OI experimental. The Hellcat's already been taken out, and there goes the OI, so the game is over in our favour. So we won, but there was a troll, and he was shooting me in the back just to get his own way. And did I do anything to him? No. Purely I sat in his field of fire, and instead of moving to get a better shot, he actually shot me in the back to try and get me to move out of the way. Well, let's have a look at the end of battle results. And we can see that I actually got a third-class tanker in that game and a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to my own vehicle. And my win rate was 1243. I didn't get to do a lot more damage during that game than I expected, mainly because the enemy just didn't drive in front of me, and they also got some fairly good shots on me during that game as well. So, a bit disappointing, but what we did learn is that the M8A1 is a troll. And here he is. This is the troll, Antos00 of the CUDAS clan. Yes, he is a troll. He's the guy who shot me in the back whilst I was trying to shoot at the enemy through the arches. And instead of moving position, what he wants to do is force somebody to move out of their position by shooting at them, which is of course against the rules, and it's trolling them. Now, of course, since Wargaming have actually taken team damage out of the game, it's no longer going to cause any inconvenience to the person who's being shot, because the shells won't do any damage to the hitbox. But of course, this person is the sort of player, if he's willing to shoot somebody in the back, he will be willing to do even more, such as push somebody out into enemy fire if they're inconveniencing him. And he knows that he's breaking the rules, but he does it all the same regardless. Now we'll just check on his name to make sure that this is the troll and that that's not an anonymized name. Since they brought in the anonymizer, a lot of trolls use somebody else's name, and it isn't his name. His real name is Elikas808. He's in the CUDAS clan, the CUDAS clan. His personal rating is 5851. He's done 23,000 battles, or nearly 24, 50.38% win rates, and he's a troll. And he shoots people in the back to try and discourage them or make them move away so he can get a clear field of fire, instead of actually moving his vehicle a few meters so he could get a better shot from a different angle. So yes, watch out for Elikas808 of the CUDAS clan, because he's a troll. Thanks for watching.